Are you having trouble staying on track with your calories during the weekend or that Friday, Saturday period? Well, if you are, by the end of this video, you're going to know how you can eat more on the weekend while staying on top of your weight loss goals. What's going on, everyone? It's Aaron from AMFIT Coaching, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and you're new to my videos, I put out about one fitness video a week. So if you want to keep getting fitness, nutrition, and training updates, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. So today I'm going to be teaching you how you can eat more on the weekends and actually stay on top of your diet and stay on top of your weight loss goals. I'm going to show you a very easy 2 steps that will take you from being lost, confused, and overeating on the weekend to having a solid plan of action so you can stay on track and actually enjoy yourself and be more flexible on the weekends. So step 1. Now, there is 2 steps, but you could just do step 1 and you will be perfectly fine. Step 2 kind of takes things a little bit to an extra level if you kind of want to be a little more detail oriented with things. So the best thing to do when you're trying to be a little more flexible and allow yourself to eat more food on weekends, whether it's takeout, going out with friends, you don't want to fully restrict yourself. So instead of following a daily calorie goal, so let's say you have your weight loss calories and each day we're going to use 2,000 calories as an example. You may be shooting for 2,000 calories per day. So instead of using that, we're going to use a weekly calorie goal. So you kind of have a weekly budget instead of a daily budget. So that way you're focusing on hitting your average calories during the week instead of being very specific on one day. So if you need 2,000 calories per day to lose weight, we're going to assume a 500 calorie deficit, which means your maintenance calories would be around 2,500 calories. A weekly goal for you would be 14,000 calories per week. So a 14,000 calorie per week, it's a weekly goal. It's going to put you in that deficit to lose 1 pound per week. So as long as on average throughout the 7 days of the week, if your calories add up to that 14,000, if your weight loss calories are 2,000, you're gonna have to do the math yourself. So as long as you're at that number or very close to that number by the end of the week, you are in a deficit and you are good. So oftentimes assigning yourself a weekly goal instead of a daily goal kind of takes the pressure off during the week. So you can either eat more or less on some days as it naturally happens. And as long as you fit into that weekly budget, then you are going to be 100% okay. So optional step 2, this is going to take things up another level, but make it a little more detail oriented and actually give you a little more structure on the weekends. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that weekly goal that you set up in step 1. So in step 2, what we're going to do is we're going to allocate more calories to the weekend. So that way you can eat more food on the weekend. And I find from personal experience and from the clients that I've trained, it's a lot easier to stay on track during the week because of a few things. You have a regular schedule. Things are a little more predictable because of work schedules, working out, things like that. And you're eating at regular intervals. So staying on track with things during the week tends to be easier. So if we allocate more calories to the weekends, it allows for the flexibility and any random things that may come up, or if your family randomly goes to dinner, it can account for that. So to set this up, I'm going to put a calendar on the screen so that way it visually makes things a little bit easier for you. So let's assume the days that you want to eat more are Friday and Saturday, which are typically days where most people tend to eat more food. So we're going to use our previous weight loss calories, which was 2,000 per day. And if you remember, our weekly goal is 14,000 calories per week. So all we need to do is make sure we're adding up to 14,000 by the end of the week. Now, we're going to increase our daily calories on Friday and Saturday. And the amount you increase is kind of up to you. It's very individual. It could be a little more or less than what I say, but it's kind of It'd be up to you in terms of like how much do you usually go over, how much do you want to eat, things like that. Kind of look in the past and see what your increases usually are. So in this example, we're going to have 2,500 calories, so a whole 500 calories more on Friday and Saturday. Now from that, we need to figure out the calories for the other days of the week, the Sunday through Thursday. Now this may seem a little complicated at first, but we can just do some simple math and get at those numbers. So if we remember, our weekly calorie goal is 14,000. Now on the Friday, Saturday, those add up to 5,000 calories. So if we take that out of the 14,000, we're left with 9,000 calories left for Sunday through Thursday, which is 5 days. So we just divide that number by 5, so the 9,000 divided by 5, and that gives us 1,800 calories per day for Sunday through Thursday. So now we have a very nice weekly structure that accommodates more food on the weekend. So Sunday through Thursday, we're going to have 1,800 calories per day, which is a little bit less than the original 2,000 calories per day, but it's not so much that you're going to be starving and super hungry. It's only about 200 calories. And then we have 2,500 calories per day, which is significantly more on Friday and Saturday. So what we have here is during the week, when you're in a better routine, you're more structured, things are a little more consistent and slightly more predictable, we have a little less calories and it's going to be easier to actually be a little more strict with yourself. And then on the weekend, when things are a little random, things may come up, your schedule's a little more flexible, it's a little less consistent, we have more calories, which will allow you to be more flexible and allow you to eat more. So we have a little bit less when you can be more strict and a lot more when you want to be more flexible. As I mentioned before as well, the amount you actually want to increase on those days is completely up to you. Just make sure it's not so much so that way it reduces the other calories during the week to a very little amount. So that is how you can eat more on the weekends while still staying on top of your diet and still losing weight. So there is a little bit of math involved if you want to go with step 2. But simply assigning yourself a weekly calorie budget is a very good way to kind of reduce the stress of hitting a certain specific number any day of the week. So that way you can be a little more flexible, and as long as in the grand scheme of things, in the long run, 7 days of the week, that adds up to that weekly budget, then you're going to be okay. And then if you want to follow step 2, you can kind of go back, screenshot the math if you like. Once you write it down, if you have questions on that, feel free to leave a comment and I can always help you out with that. You can give me your calorie goal and then I can do the math for you. I don't mind. So with step 2, it allows you to have more calories when your schedule is going to be less predictable. You can be more flexible. You could order some food. You could go out to dinner, and it gives you that comfort in knowing that you can eat more and everything's going to be okay. So if you found this helpful, let me know down in the comments. If this is something you're doing as well, let me know. And if it's something that you're going to start doing, let me know too. So thanks for watching. Appreciate all you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.